From Dr. Wu, I have Wasp and Wingman. But I also have Golden Beetle and Wingman. That's a little different. We have Wasp and Wingman. You also have Fireball and Gas Smoke, Fire Leader and Iron Jack, Hammer and Iron Jack, Intelligence Officer and Soundmaster. Yes, Intelligence Officer and Soundmaster. And finally we have Golden Beetle and Wingman again. Yes, I have 16 Dr. Wu miniatures, and I'm gonna go through all of them for you in this video. Very cool. We have versions of Bumblebee, we have versions of Cyclonus, we have versions of Wheeljack, Artfire, a green, almost like a hauler, a Bulkhead, a Goldbug, a Shattered Glass Cyclonus, and 2 Shattered Glass Communicators. So let's go through these guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm Captain Kyle. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Been watching for a while. Thanks for coming back. I appreciate it. Now let's get into the miniature world of Dr. Wu. Be right back. All right, so I guess we're just gonna go with Golden Beetle first and Wingman, because that's the one I just grabbed. Now a lot of these have the same exact mold, so I'm not gonna go through posability on all of them, but I will show all their forms. And the Dr. Wu stuff comes very nicely packaged in this plastic. They have collector cards, itty bitty accessories, and instructions, which are somewhat important. But let's get this first set out first. And looks like doesn't appear to be any tape there, so just pull apart. So here they are. Each of them are in their individual plastic bag inside the plastic. So this is a version of Wingman. He's very purple, almost translucent in parts. And this is a black version of Goldbug with an interesting skull motif on the front there. Now let's break out these little accessories. We apparently have a very small alternate head for Wingman and 2 swords with red blades. So let's take a look at Wingman first. Now I'm not sure if there is a way to attach the swords in his vehicle mode. I'm not seeing a way, so I guess I'll just go aside, but let's take a look at the vehicle mode. Definitely Cyclonus in view. He's got nice red windows in his canopy here. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit more just because he's such a small guy. You can see his fists back here, and generally he looks like a one of the many versions of Cyclonus I already have. So it looks like to transform him, you push up his shoulders/wings, like so. You flip back these pieces that are right behind the canopy. Probably be easier if I didn't have such big fingers. Flip back this cone, turn his head around. Looks like the shoulders pop into place. The wings move back, like so. Turn his forearms so the blades are on the sides. Give a tug. I had already flipped up his feet, and there you go. It is Wingman. I guess he's kind of like Galvatron's Wingman. The swords go around his fists. Easiest way to put them on is to take the pointy bit on the top, kind of stick that in the top of his fist, and then snap the rest of it around. So it goes like so. And you have a double sword warrior. All right, I'm gonna try to spin it on the turntable of doom so you can see him from all angles. But yeah, definitely a nice miniature version of Cyclonus. Not sure why they have an alternate head. Aha. So this head has just purple horns, and this one actually has different colored gray ones. So I'm gonna just leave the head aside. But yeah, let's take a look at his posability. So ankle swivels, he does not appear to have any. I mean, he's about 2.5 inches tall, so ankle swivels probably not going to be on the menu. But a full toes up Jean-Claude Van Damme, he can do. He can kick forward, he can kick back and to the side. Now, does he have knees? Yes. As long as they're fully extended, he has knees with a little protrusion there. You're not going to get swiveling out of the legs. The arms, all the way around. Can he twist at the waist? No, no twisting at the waist. But the arms do go all the way around. He bends at the elbow. Not quite 90 degrees, but a decent amount. Does swivel. Head, because it's part of the transformation, turns all the way around. His arms can also go out to the side. He's got the wings on his shoulders, so those will move with it. And the shoulders can kind of go up and down. There's a little bit so he can shrug. But yeah, there he is. Wingman. Now what's interesting is in the camera he's showing almost as blue. Hopefully I'll be able to fix that. But he is actually purple. So interesting. Now this is like an evil golden beetle. I think he's supposed to be the golden beetle from Shattered Glass. I'm trying to make sure he gets into focus. Give him a nice spin on the turntable. It's got a gold spare tire. He's got a skull insignia right on the top there. And roll test. doesn't roll very well. I mean, his vehicle mode is 1.5 inches long, so don't expect a ton out of that. But all right, so one more spin, and let's get him into his robot mode. And there he is in his robot mode. Nice shiny head. Now, I didn't show the transformation on him. I was kind of figuring it out as I went along, because the instructions were kind of in places, but I got her done. So there you have kind of a shattered glass Goldbug. I love the shiny head, the red eyes, and, you know, the Punisher logo. So maybe he lost his family when they went on a picnic in Central Park. Some mobsters came by, you know, and then he decided to go on a rampage. It happens, you know, just ask John Bernthal. But anyway, let's give this a check of his posability. So there's no ankle swivels, but Dr. Wu does not disappoint when it comes to a full Jean-Claude Van Damme. Very nicely done. He can kick forward, he can kick back, he can kick to the side. Very nice side kick. Bends at the knee. Nice 90 degrees there. Bends backwards at the knee, that hurts. There's no real swivel, but the ball joint here does allow a little bit of movement of the feet, so you can actually point them possibly out a little bit. The arms all the way around, bends at the elbow. There's no swivel for this guy though the shoulders do move forward and back, elbow, and all the way around. The head feels a little stiff, but it does go all the way around. But the ball joint it's on, it's actually easier to kind of tilt the head back and then turn it. But there he is, and he stands on his feet. A little more than 1.5, a little less than 1 3/4, so like 1 5/8. So there you have 2 of the 16. Well, luckily some of these are pretty much the same. Let's go with a more traditional style of Bumblebee. Instructions, cards, has a Bumblebee head in here. And I don't see a gun or swords for Wingman, so, but here they are. I'm gonna back this up a little bit. In their package, again, the plastic bags. There's our Cyclonus. And by the way, that's as far as the nose goes. And a little Bumblebee. I have a suspicion I know why there's a head, but we're gonna find out for certain soon. But first, Wingman. There he is, a little more traditional looking of a Cyclonus, and still subject to centrifugal force. I'm gonna do it this way so it looks like he's going forward and not backwards. But yeah, there you have another Wingman. Now Bumblebee looks very nice. He's got a black and silver spare tire on the back, nice shiny red taillights, silver headlights, blue windows, a very nice little Beetle. And there he is. Transformation for him was just about the same as the Goldbug. And of course, centrifugal force gets in the way. Here, we'll put him in the center. Give him a spin. And I'm wrong about why they gave him an extra head. This head, he's got more like goggles and things on the sides, but I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. My camera is having difficulty focusing on something so small, but you might be able to see it a little bit there. It's a little bit different of a face, but I actually prefer the one that's actually already on him. So there you have him. Regular Bumblebee, also known as Wasp. But not Waspinator. No. In the interest of time, I'm going to kind of break out the next 2 sets at the same time, because we have what looks like another version of Wingman in purple, but with like a Bugbite style car. And this Wingman comes with a sword. And the next set, it does not look like the Wingman from Shattered Glass has a weapon. And this is a darker yellow Volkswagen, aka Goldbug. Very cool vehicles. Again, I love the attention to detail, and the symbol on top of the Bugbite one, definitely a nice homage. There's the sword. All right, let's get them in their robo modes. So there you have Wingman, another purplish one, Shattered Glass, you have a Goldbug, and you have a Bugbite. And since that's all of these molds, I'm gonna put them on together just so you can see them all one more time. There's definitely variations here. Look, it's Cyclonus and his armada. And just Bumblebee, Goldbug, Bugbite, and Shattered Glass Goldbug. So, I mean, I love the fact that they understand the lore enough to make proper repaint. A blue glyph would be awesome. If you're not familiar with glyph, BotCon exclusive repaint of the Bumblebee keychain. So she had like the graded face. All right, next guys. So we have 3 sets that have versions of Iron Jack-ish. So this one is a little different. It has, now this could be considered a Shattered Glass Wheeljack or a Slicer. You get to decide. Then you have this truck, which is Bulkhead, a nice army truck. I'm loving the deco. Again, for small vehicles, it's great deco. Bulkhead, or Hammer, because it's hammer time. He's a hair over 2.5 inches in his vehicle mode. And Iron Jack, Shattered Glass or Slicer, is 2 inches. So they're actually not quite in scale, but that's all right. Who's going to be transformed first? I guess it will be Bulkhead. Oh, they do come with accessories. And let's get those open. So there is an alternate head for Bulkhead that's really small, hard to see. Looks like a gun for Slicer and a wrecking ball, which you can plug onto his vehicle mode. But of course, the first step in transforming it is to remove that. So let's do that. Now what they did for Bulkhead here, you might be like, why they only make one Bulkhead? They basically just replaced the pieces on his back, but it's really the same mold as the Inferno, Grapple, and the Artfire and Hauler. They had a Hauler. This is more dark green. Maybe it's supposed to be Shattered Glass Inferno. But there he is, Bulkhead. Gonna spin him on the turntable of doom. And so when you look at him, I mean, they've made a new head, and they actually, this one looks more like the animated head. I'm probably gonna swap it at some point because I like the animated head better. But very quickly, full Jean-Claude Van Damme. This one actually has ankle swivels, kicks forward, back you run into the kibble. Side kick, arms go all the way around, head feels a little stiff. You can kind of turn it a little bit to the right, turn it a bit to the left, but because of the chin, you can't actually spin it all the way around. But still elbows, swivels, no leg swivel, no twist, almost what there was. No twisting at the waist, but what do you expect for a guy who stands almost 2.5 inches, but not quite? And you can take his wrecking ball and put it on his fist, and he can wreck things. Nice. So, Hammer. Now, it doesn't look like there is a place in vehicle mode for the weapon. Put one more spin on there, just so you can get a look. And interestingly enough, his instructions are backwards. They show from robot to vehicle instead of the other way around. Now his gun thing actually goes on his shoulder, not into his hand. But there you go with Slicer, aka Shattered Glass Wheeljack. All right, let's test out some posability here. Just about a full Jean-Claude Van Damme. Wait, if I wiggle it a little bit. Yeah, full Jean-Claude Van Damme. There he goes. He's got knees, but what's interesting is he's got like thigh covers. So he bends at the knee, it's a thigh cover thing. He does not really have ankle swivels, but his toes move. So it's almost the same, just his heels don't go with it. But wide stance, kicking forward, kicking back. These plates on the side can't really do a side kick. You can do like a crescent side kick, but that's about it. Arms can go all the way around, and then you can knock off his gun. Elbows, swivel, and the head. Does it turn? It does turn. I think you can go all the way around with it. So there you go. Slicer, aka Shattered Glass Wheeljack, aka Iron Jack. I'm gonna break out the next two simultaneously because they're all the same molds, though these have letters instead of the truck projections that Hammer did. Accessories, a more traditional Wheeljack, and I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be Shattered Glass Inferno. All these little heads, by the way, I'm putting inside my handy-dandy Sharkticon box that I got from Lockies. It's pretty cool. Wow. So there you go, Shattered Glass Inferno and Wheeljack. These guys have interesting accessories. This one actually says Marlboro on it. It's supposed to be exhaust or Marlboro Wheeljack. And this is supposed to be Artfire. All right, let's transform. So there you have them. This is exhaust, and I love the fact that they didn't just keep the Wheeljack face. They put the more Diaclone looking face on it, the one that is used for the versions of exhaust that exist in the Transformers universe. Wheeljack, looking very Wheeljacky. And we have Artfire and Shattered Glass Inferno. I did not put on the accessories, and I should do that. So there is Shattered Glass Inferno with his hose attachment, Wheeljack with his shoulder gun, and I realize now that I put this in the wrong spot on Slicer, because it should look like that. Now apparently exhaust is on a sprue because he has two shoulder cannons, like so. There you go, Bulkhead again, Artfire with the hose, and again Shattered Glass Inferno with the hose. So another very cool set. We have one more to go. So this is the set of Shattered Glass Blaster and Shattered Glass Soundwave as they fight to the death. But again, you can tell that the designers pay attention to Transformers stuff. I mean, I imagine that they are very much fans. There you go with Shattered Glass Blaster, Shattered Glass Soundwave. They have these little assemblable, though not transformable, cassettes. You have Ramhorn. You have Steeljaw. I mean, these guys are itty bitty. Laserbeak. or Buzzsaw, because it's hard to tell. Ravage, itty bitty Ravage right here. This looks like Rewind or Eject. And you have Rumble and or Frenzy. And I'm not gonna take these out as well, but you have a white set as well. So I don't know why they're so generous with this, but it's pretty cool. Now I have previously done the Dr. Wu regular size Soundwave, or regular color Soundwave and regular Blaster. So I'll just quickly put them, see if I can remember how to transform them. So there is Blaster and Soundwave. Sorry, Rumble. So two very cool looking boom boxes. You can see weapon storage for Soundwave on the back, and just it's a very clever transformation considering how small these guys are. So there you have them, 16 Dr. Wu, very cool, very small, world's smallest Transformers toys. And I'm gonna put links to all these guys in the description. These guys, I love them. They're so much fun. Can't wait to put them in a huge battle scene, maybe around Trypticon this time, or maybe Trypticon and Scorponok. You never know. And I got friggin' cassettes. But yeah, I love these guys. I found them so much fun. I hope you found this video fun, even though there's a lot of figures. And if you're enjoying this content, by all means, feel free to subscribe. And while you're mulling over these guys right here, you can check out a video over here, which is like 11 more of these guys, including like Ultra Magnus. Very cool. And we will see you next time. As always, have fun and good hunting.